Hey guys, today on I'll Roll On, I just wanted to let y'all know I got the crash bars on Christy's bike. There's a few things about that I'm gonna let y'all know later on today. We're gonna put the forward controls and the floorboards on it, and I'll just include all this in the same video. But for now, it's a beautiful West Texas day. We're gonna go for a little putt.
And I wound up by the sea. I loved and lost two great girls. I heard the wind calling me. Well, I am a young man, and I found the woman of my dreams. Though she said she'd always love me, left and pushed away from me. So I'm running up to North Dakota. I'll leave my heart in Abilene. All alone out on the dark highway, I'll pray the road will set me free.
Alright, we're going to get started. We're going to take this assembly off. Not on there too tight. By the way, this is a metric bolt, but I'm using a 5/16, which works fine. All right, now we have that off. So we're going to grab these bolts out of here. So part of what's on the instructions and the video, this is not on here. On the earlier models, I guess this plate wasn't on here, so you're going to have to remove this plate also. That's not on the instructions anywhere. So you're going to need an 8mm wrench. Get in here and get close. Once you get that bracket off, there's a piece in the instructions that says there's a slip ring right here. On the 2023 model, there's no slip ring there. So once you get that plate off, the brake assembly slides right off. So I've already removed the springs. This cotter pin has to come out. So you're going to need a pair of needle nose pliers. At that point, you grab your extended shifter, place it back in there, and replace this. If I can get it lined up, there it goes. And then replace your cotter pin. Like so. At this point, you take your shifter, put it back on the pin, and like I said, unlike the directions, there is no slip ring to hold it in. And then you'll need to replace your springs. All right, I'm running out of battery on my camera, so what I did was I went ahead and hooked this spring up back in here and put the plate back on. I've got this spring over this. We're going to put it where it goes. Just slide it over into the slot. I say just slide it over in the slot. There we go. And then we'll grab this one, which goes on the rear. You really should have a hook to do this with, but I don't have one, so there we go. And then we'll put this back on, and we'll adjust the this nut here to get the brake lights to work again. Okay, so the way this sits, this isn't going to clear this. So this is fully adjustable. So we're going to take this off and move it back some so it'll clear the engine guard. All right, so we got it moved back, and this thing is fully adjustable. It's got 3 holes right here. We're going to put it in this one because we're going to put floorboards on here. And this is an 8mm hex screw on this. I don't have that in there all the way because we had to adjust it so I could tighten the rear. So now we can get this where we need it. All right, so as you can see, I adjusted that when I didn't have this up, so now I'm going to have to readjust it. So don't adjust anything until you get everything done. All right, so we got this whole assembly put back together. We got it adjusted. You just adjust your brake by turning this screw right here on top. Now we're going to go for the peg extenders. I don't have any metric Allen wrenches that'll fit it. So I'm using a 3/16, which works fine. Okay, we get that cover off. Now we'll fold this up. Well, we don't have to fold that up. We just have to take this cotter pin out. It's got a washer with it. And we'll take this pin out. And the whole spring assembly comes out with it. So after you get your peg and your spring removed, this leaves out of here. You take this piece and it slides right here. You take your pin, slide it back in there. Whoops, don't drop it. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't put a pin in here. It has a screw that came with it. We'll grab the screw right quick. Well, like I said, you put this in here like so. And your screw, it's a screw all the way through. So it ought to hold on good. Alright, so you're going to need a 13mm wrench and like I said, I don't have any metric Allen wrenches, so a 3/16. And don't tighten it up all the way, because it has a little set screw here where you can set your peg at the right angle. At this point, we're going to go ahead and put the peg back on. So we'll put the spring back in, put it in place. Whoops. And then put the pin back there. Got the peg back on. The set screw is a 3mm Allen wrench. Let that sit where I need it. And we'll tighten this down. Alright, that assembly is complete. The other side will be the same, it just won't have the brake lever. Alright, so we got the business side done with the extended peg and the extended brake lever. So I want to show you a difference from side to side. We got this. You see where the peg sits in relation to where it used to sit. So you're gaining a good 5 inches. I haven't measured it, but we'll look at the other side and you'll see exactly what we're talking about. So this is where the peg sits on this side. Just going to bring it up about this far. So we're going to get on this side now. Where'd the cotter pin go?
It was upside down.
Okay, so this assembly comes apart. I've already taken it apart, but it comes apart just like the other side. Just unscrews. Make sure you keep that cotter pin. I keep losing it. Alright, so you push the pin up just like the other side, and you pull the spring and the peg out. It goes, this big side overlaps the top. This small side hooks right into here when you put it back. So you place this in here like so, put your bolt in, and it screws all the way through just like the other one. There it goes. Before you get it tight, set this screw. That's about where it needs to be. Helps if you go the right way. And she's on there. Now we put the peg back in with the spring. The big part goes over there. There's really no place for it to hook on this one, so we're gonna put it on top. Oops. Well. They didn't do it right. Alright, now we've got a working flipper, working peg. We'll put the washer and the cotter pin back on. Find that hole. Let's squeeze this together a little bit. You may have to squeeze the cotter pin together to get it back through the hole. But you got to put that washer back on. Oops. Now you can see right here, you got to bring that around and then bend that cotter key. It's pretty soft. You can do it with your fingers pretty good. Just bring it all the way back to the pin. All right, there she is. Now we'll put the cover back on, the easy part. Nothing about this was really hard. It's really simple to do. It's just a matter of getting everything together at one time. There's a lot of tools in the directions that it doesn't tell you that I've noted in this video. There's some things that are different on the 2023. That's not a 2023 in the video. So yeah, I'm gonna get this cover back on here and I'm gonna take her for a ride. All right, so it's an entirely different day. I went to edit all the video that I got from putting all this stuff on here and realized that I guess the camera had died with me doing my ride around and Christy doing hers and her reaction to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what it looks like from the rider's point of view now. This is looking straight down where the pegs used to be here. Now they're here. That's a pretty big turnaround. I mean, that's a pretty big change. Christy, go ahead and jump on there and let's see how it looks. So this is how it's going to look with your knee placement and all that. That's a pretty big.
Where it used to be here, it's now here. Which it is, oh, and it's so fantastic. If you haven't gotten forward controls for your Rebel, do it. It's 100% the best thing we've done so far on this. It makes it much easier to pick your feet up and go. Because normally I was picking my foot up and almost picking it up to here and sitting it on here, and on the other side I was doing the same thing, so I had to fidget around and put my feet, find where my feet went. But this is so much better. Excellent.
So do you love it?
Love it.
There you go, you heard it. She loves it. Y'all be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. We'll see you later.